So I had heard of this mod for Terraria called Calamity, which, if this is somehow your first time hearing about it, it's a mod that adds a lot of stuff to the game, even makes the game harder. But I didn't heard of this add-on for Calamity called Infernum, which makes the game ridiculously hard. As a person who had never played modded Terraria, or even beat the game on Expert or Master Mode, I said sounds fun and hit solve. Somehow, I had underestimated how hard this would be, or in other words, got really overconfident, and the first boss I thought made this point very clear that this is going to be excruciatingly hard. In the vanilla game, King Slime being the first boss you fight means he's rather easy. He just slowly jumps around, doesn't really do very much damage if you got a decent amount of armor. But in Infernum, he's faster and has 3 phases. I also assume he probably has more health in the vanilla game. So here's how my first fight against the window. I summoned him on the surface, having not made an arena yet, because I'm thinking, there's no way this fight will be that hard, right? I think sure the mod's supposed to be hard, but this is first boss, it won't be that difficult. After summoning him, I start shooting beams from my enchanted sword, which is rare find I think, but I was able to get one. And only get hit a couple of times, so his hits definitely hit hard, but it's not too bad. I mean, that's part of what my thoughts were at that point, along with he's definitely more aggressive, but easy to avoid, so not too hard. Then I get King Slime's health down to 75%, which is when his second phase begins. It was then I realized that this is really where the real fight starts. Yeah, for a second phase, a red crystal appears above you and it fires a laser at where it predicts you will be, and this laser deals a lot of damage. This crystal has a lot of health, so it's pretty pointless to try and destroy it, and this led to a rather quick death once I got to the second phase. I tried again 2 more times before deciding, I should build an arena for this. Which I probably should have done from the beginning, instead of just trying to fight him on the ground without any platforms or anything. I also searched YouTube for some videos to make sure I'm not missing anything, because I'm thinking, maybe this isn't supposed to be that hard, maybe I'm just not understanding something. Nah, I was understanding everything right. Apparently I just needed to get good. And so that's exactly what I did. I started using a laser pistol against King Slime, which I think was dealing faster damage than the beam from my enchanted sword, but for the next few attempts I would get absolutely destroyed by the red crystal, no improvement really. But eventually my brain somehow acquired the ability to dodge the crystal's lasers. I honestly impressed with myself. This is an unexpected development. I mean, I wasn't particularly good at dodging at first, but I gradually improved and also felt more motivated to beat the boss by seeing some improvement. This must be what it's like to be a Souls-like player, I'm guessing. Next thing I know, I'll stop taking sours and touching grass. But if that's what it takes to beat King Slime, I'll do it. I'm joking, of course, it would be disgusting if I stopped taking sours. Anyways, I started using a weapon called the Wolfram Prophesis, I hope that's how you say that, which was a mana weapon that deals 4 more damage than the laser pistol I was using, so I started using it in combination with said pistol. This proved to be greatly helpful and increased my damage output a ton, helping me to get King Slime's health lower and lower. Eventually I was able to get his health low enough to I think 30% to trigger the 3rd phase of the battle, in which the ninja that's inside of King Slime pops out and starts throwing shurikens. This honestly didn't make the fight much harder, really. I mean, the red crystal is really the difficulty with this. Not to mention that King Slime gets smaller the more damage you deal to him, so he himself becomes less of a threat as the fight goes on. And then one of my attempts, the 16th attempt I believe it was, with help of Endurance, Iron Skin, and Swiftness potions, I'm able to get King Slime's health down to 8%, and then died, which was really sad that I died with his health only at 8%. Yeah, that was just a little bit discouraging. But I didn't give up, and it's in the next attempt after that I am finally able to beat King Slime. Here is how that battle went. So I summoned him and start using the Wolfram Prophesis, and as you can see, it deals damage pretty fast. And it's surprisingly not too bad when it comes to mana usage. I think I have my mana maxed out, I think all star crystals and stuff. So I'm able to deal pretty good damage with that, and I see that I ran out, so I switched to my laser pistol while I wait for my mana to go back up. Yeah, I'm pretty used to this point with the boss. At this point, don't really get hit. But now we're in the second phase here. The red crystal stood up, and I got hit there, but doing a decent. Yeah, actually, I'm doing really good dodging. This is the strategy I came up for dodging, just kind of going up and down the platforms. I get hit a couple times there. That's kind of embarrassing. This fight is supposed to be perfect. Actually, no, that was on purpose. That is me trying to make this a little bit more interesting. See, if I just didn't get hit at all, this would be a boring fight. So I gotta keep it interesting. As you can see, I have a summon that's dealing damage to the red crystal. That kind of just demonstrates how much health the red crystal has, honestly. As you can also see that my rage bar has fully filled up, but I'm not used to using the rage bar. I don't think I actually even used rage bar once during my entire time fighting King Slime for all attempts. So yeah, that's something I definitely do a lot better with the next boss. It's actually using the rage bar. Same for the adrenaline bar, but let's be honest, even now I barely have that bar fill up because I get hit so many times when I'm fighting bosses. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good here. Got him under 50% health. My dodging, as you can see, is just absolutely excellent. My health is basically at full. Haven't even taken a potion during this fight. I mean, I'm just that good at this boss battle. It's not even close. This is just predominantly on one side here, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm using my laser pistol here. I'm at almost his third phase. He's getting a little bit close here, so that's kind of why I got hit there, because I was trying to put distance between myself and the big blue guy. Now got in his third phase, Ninja jumps out, he's throwing shurikens like a madman. He's obviously not a very good ninja because all his shurikens are completely missing me, and I say that and I get hit, but we don't gotta talk about that. Still doing pretty good. The red crystal's at half health, you know, that means absolutely nothing, but I'm running out of things to point out. I took a potion there, because I don't know if I really need to take a potion there, but you know, it's always good to be cautious. You should never get too overconfident while fighting bosses in Infernum. That's what I've learned the hard way. So yeah, he's at 12% health here. Doing pretty good still. Health almost at full. Waiting for my mana to go up here for probably the finishing blow, I imagine. Yeah, here we go. This is probably where the fight ends, I imagine. He's at 3% health, 2%, almost at 1%, and yeah, and here he's dead. You know, he got a cool death animation. And then all these little slimes come out, and I'm like, what in the world? Why are there a whole bunch of little slimes? The fight's over. It'd be embarrassing if I died to these guys. And yeah, so I just kind of quickly kill them. You know, they're not really too hard compared to the boss, let's be honest. And then I go and pick up all the goodies real satisfyingly. And I now definitely feel an immense sense of accomplishment from this. It's like, it feels really good to finally beat the boss, a lot of satisfaction. And a little bit of dread for what future bosses will be like, because, like, if King Slime was hard, Moonlord will be a nightmare for sure. But that's a problem for future me. Current me doesn't need to worry about that. So the next boss for me to fight is called Desert Scourge, which is a boss added by Calamity. I think it's like the first boss in the Calamity progression or whatever. Probably won't be too hard, right? Oh boy, never have I been more wrong. But for now, I'll look at my King Slime Infernum trophy and hope that 17 attempts beat the boss is about average. One can only hope.